Welcome to the next edition of the Off the Edge podcast. I'm Joe.
I'm Eric.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about marriage. The M word. Okay.
The M word.
The thing some of us fear, the thing some of us is our dream come true. Okay. I myself, I'm up there, I've been alive for almost 4 decades. Not married yet. Hopefully within a year. I decided to finally go ahead and
take that leap over the room.
Or sign papers. Go to the courthouse. I need to get kids, so in my mind, I gotta get married for that.
Oh.
But Eric here, how long have you been married for?
15 years. It's 15 years.
15 years. And to the same woman the whole time? Married the same woman?
Yeah, the same woman.
You're not going to 5 years there, 7 years there to have it all together?
Yeah, no. We ain't doing that. 15 years. Been dating for 20. So we've been in the game with the same woman for a long time. I can tell you that it's been a interesting ride. It has a lot of ups and some downs. I can honestly say that being married makes you a better man, makes you a more complete man in all aspects of life. I feel like as an individual, you can always get to the place that you want to as an individual, but sometimes having another perspective and just another person, you have to help, or another person relying on your help, or that you need. It can help you reach your goals, even be more fulfilled in reaching your goals, I would say.
It's always seemed to me that it's natural for people to come together, make families, and so often in life people rebel against things because it seems trendy to rebel.
Mm-hmm.
And I myself, I originally planned, I wanted to get married, of course, by 25. That's what I planned to do, like normal.
Mm-hmm.
But then you just have some things happen, some relationships go a certain kind of way, and so you throw the idea of marriage out, and you convince yourself that, okay, I'll just be single and do my thing forever, like be a bachelor. You convince yourself that that's a worthy lifestyle, when you can have your fun for a little bit, but eventually that gets old, and you start to think, okay, what about the future, my legacy, passing something of value on? And it comes down to reproduction. It comes down to that you need to have kids, right? And the best way to do, a man can't make kids himself. You could go around making kids, I guess, with women, but it's destructive. And the more constructive way to do it is going to be marriage. So finding that solid woman, make those kids, raise that family.
Ideally.
Yeah. Yes.
Unfortunately, that's not always the case. I was blessed enough to find somebody that I wanted to have children with, and someone that wanted to have children with me and wanted to, as you say, build that legacy. That legacy, yes, children they're part of that legacy, but also how you move throughout your marriage is a part of that legacy. It may be easier said than done to, when you talk about marriage, you think about the wedding and all the, nice things about that, but it's going to be some hard things. There's going to be some challenges that you have to overcome to get to, place a part in that legacy. So it's about how you treat them. How do you distinguish one from how you make a distinction from, her likes, dislikes, her personalities and your personalities, your likes, dislikes. How do you sort of mesh those together? How do you or do you mesh those together?
Mm.
Um, some couples, each couple is different. Um, and just sort of understanding how your roles play and try to help build that legacy is vital.
So then do you believe that men and women, should have a separate roles in the relationship?
I think that's what you I think that's vital, because I think y'all can have the same role. Like they can be different. Like, let's say um you both teach your kids, I don't know, educate the kids. It could be, yes, y'all both have that same type of role, but it could be you kick on different aspects of that role.
Mm.
Um in our house, we both cook. We maybe we understand that it's necessary for us to have, I guess you would call our relationship egalitarian. Like, we help each other um, with cooking, with cleaning, things of that nature. We take on an active role of parenting. I wouldn't leave it all up to her. It may be some aspects I do. It may be some aspects she leaves up to me to deal with when it comes to parenting, cooking, cleaning, whatever the case may be. Um, Wanting to cooperate, being a
And compliment in a way.
and cooperate and complement each other. Uh, and I think that's part of building a legacy. How you complement each other, because you're building that legacy, and your children are viewing how you cooperate and complement each other, so they can pass that on, hopefully, to the next generation, their children, or they find that same thing in a spouse that they're looking for.
And it's important to pass on. People forget that not only physical things are passed down. Like, let's say you can pass down a house, you can pass down physical items, but actual mental mindsets are passed down, behaviors are passed down, good and bad. I see too often that people pass down their own shortcomings, their own hangups to their kids, and to me, you can't blame a person for having their own issues, but you can blame them for passing those issues to the next generation, because those issues don't need to be passed to them. That's why you have all these isms in this world, racisms, all the other isms, because people keep passing down their junk to their kids.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, if you have your junk, keep your junk, deal with it, but don't give it to your kids.
Yeah. And
all the people are very eager to pass down these negative mindsets to their children. I mean, I know of people in my own family, for instance, the mother's neurotic, disorganized. They pass that down to the daughter. The daughter's now neurotic and disorganized. And that shouldn't be. If you have the best interest of your children in mind, don't pass down your own hangups to your children. And I think having a spouse involved, because I noticed there's single family households and dual family households. You have someone at least to kind of check on those.
Yeah.
You have a counterweight to one person. So as opposed, you have one person passing all their stuff down. You might have another person say, "Hey, don't do that." At least you have another voice there.
Checks and balances.
Yeah.
Sort of role. And oftentimes, if you're a single parent household, you often see, and it could be dual families as well, but when it's an imbalance of just imbalance of influence, passing on those negative traits onto children, that I think that's where that codependent sort of relationship is.
Yes.
You need
very
somebody.
Toxic.
You're looking for someone to, when you don't have your own issues, and that comes with, it's really being self-confident, comes with, being self-aware of your own issues before you even get in marriage. But especially when you're in a marriage, being aware of those being self-aware about things that have plagued you, that trauma that have plagued you. And if you aren't self-aware about that trauma, you will pass that down onto your kids. And you probably will create a codependent relationship because you're looking for someone that can sort of relate.
Yeah.
And if you can control, oftentimes you can control what a kid thinks, feels, and almost how they act in a lot of sense. You can sort of develop that codependent relationship, and you have someone to kind of relate to on a really just a basic level, so they sort of hear your complaints and all those things.
Yeah, like a pseudo spouse in a way.
And,
your kid becomes like a pseudo spouse to you.
Yeah, you ever hear that term? I forgot what they call it, like husband, husband, something like that.
Yeah, it's very. I think they got a show.
Child.
Don't they have a Smothered? That show Smothered.
Yeah,
that show Smothered's about that.
Yeah.
Very unhealthy because not only you're stopping your child from growing, developing.
Yeah.
You yourself, you cannot continue to grow and develop because your whole life you're supposed to be changing and growing.
Yeah. Yes, that is ideally. We'll use that word.
Ideally.
Ideally.
Yeah.
That's what should happen. You should be learning and growing. Getting away from those traumatic experiences that plagues you throughout your life, so you don't pass those things down onto your children, and that could become a part of your legacy, something negative. But trying to destroy that sort of legacy of codependence is vital, really. Whenever you're aware of it, it's just really needed.
You got to break the chain.
Yeah, that becomes a curse that you have to break.
That's it for this one. Stay tuned.